My name is Maria, and for my Holy Envy project, I chose the religion Buddhism.
Hi, I'm Marisa, and my religion that I chose is indigenous.
Hi, I'm Yesenia, and my religion that I chose is Islam.
I'm Audrey, and the religion I chose is Judaism.
I'm Tani, and the religion I chose is Hinduism. So, I'll start, I guess. So, what role does meditation play in your daily life?
For me, well, in Buddhism, meditation is meant to not empty your mind, but to find ways to cope with the suffering going on, or if you're going through a hard time. And for me, meditation would be praying. As a Muslim, I pray 5 times a day, and that's my form of meditation, and it helps relieve stress.
What did you misunderstand about Buddhism before learning about it?
Before learning about Buddhism, I thought that it was just a peaceful religion. I didn't think there was anything a deep belief about it until I studied it, and I found out about the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Paths, and that allowed me to see it deeper, I guess.
That's really good. How does the ritual side of puja make you feel as someone who doesn't have traditional beliefs?
So, I grew up in a household that had a lot of rituals, but they weren't necessarily attached to a specific deity. Every morning, Every morning, my grandmother would start off her day by lighting her incense and meditating, which actually reminded me a lot of puja. That was just how she started her day, with intent. It's very similar to puja in the fact that you were lighting your incense, you're putting your intent, but she just kind of lost the 5 senses on it.
Yeah.
It's, although I don't have my own traditional beliefs, I'm used to the ritual forms of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that stuck with me.
How can you see yourself implementing a practice like this into your life?
Overall, I feel that learning about different beliefs in general kind of helps, even if I don't have a traditional belief or have a traditional deity. Everything that I learned from this, as well as all of you guys, kind of gives you an idea of the importance of stopping and really thinking and relaxing and letting everything go, and just kind of it's a relaxing thing, and even if I'm not doing that towards a specific deity in general, I think it's important to have that divine moment with yourself, just like in every one of the practices we see.
Wait, I'm asking you, right? Okay. I'm sorry, I get confused. Okay, so what might inspire you about the intentional practice of distinguishing sacred time from everyday time?
For me, I was raised in a Christian home, so having that time set aside, like a day of rest, but more of having time, to study the Bible, read the Bible, pray, different things like that. It would be, it's actually really good practice to do that because it helps you in your growth. And I think that in any religion, it's going to help you have that sacred time to pray or whatever.
I agree with that. What assumptions did you have about the bat mitzvah before learning about it?
Before learning about it, I thought it was just a coming of age ceremony, but it's actually a lot more than that. It's like they're coming of age, but they're growing into adulthood at 13. So now they're adults at 13 instead of the normal 18, and they put a lot of responsibilities on that child when they come of age, and that's when they really start practicing the religion.
It's actually so crazy because their age is so much younger.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
For Hispanics, it's usually like
15?
at 15.
Yeah.
You have like the quinceañera and everything, and like, I mean, nothing really changes for the girl, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like a rite of passage.
Yes, it is.
But for 13 is kind of
That's really
really
crazy.
young. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Not a
It's
lot.
really young. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and they start teaching them about the other parts of the, like usually the ones that do the Shabbat and the day after, I can't pronounce the word Havlada or something that I chose, but they start teaching them how to do those practices, like the sacred time, the Shabbat weekend and everything like that. So it's really
Wow.
interesting.
Why were you so drawn to this practice?
So I was drawn to this practice because I grew up in a Christian home, and usually we have like set days where we like take the time to pray, and it would mostly just be like on Sundays and occasionally on Fridays. But with Muslims, they would start their days 5 times daily to pray, and I kind of like envied this because they 5 times out of their day they seek guidance, forgiveness, and like they'll seek blessings as well. And I feel like for me, I pick and choose when to pray like throughout my days. So I feel like this one's really like
It kind of spoke to you.
yeah, it kind of spoke to me because there's just more. I feel like with me, it's more unintentional of what I want to do, or like not unintentional, but like I said, like yeah, like mandatory, or like another thing, like I said earlier, like I do it when I want. But them, like they have set days and like set times when to do it.
Very structured.
Yes.
And it's like very structured, and like they have to do certain poses, or they have to do like certain sayings and their thing in their prayers. So yeah, I think that's what really spoke to me.
What feels unfamiliar or challenging about Islam?
What felt unfamiliar is having to stop 5 times like out of your day, and like having to just like plan your day like within like the 5 times that you have to stop, not instead of like implementing the 5 times of prayer into your life. You know what I mean? Like you have to plan your
Life
days
around
around the time that you have to pray instead of the other way around. And then another thing was also like the poses and like the way the sayings that they say. Because for Christians, I feel like they don't really like have like a like kind of like a speech type of thing when they pray. It's just like more of like just like preaching, or like what you're praying for, like. But for them, it's like more structured, and I think that's what's more challenging to me.
Do you know the specific time that they pray?
I think the one was like in dawn, like a little bit
Yeah.
before dawn. Another one was like midday. I don't remember all of them.
It's like at 6 in the morning, and then at 12,
Yeah,
and then at 3, 4 o'clock, and then at 6 o'clock,
and then one at nighttime. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
How does indigenous spirituality show up in your everyday life?
So I'm gonna kind of relate this a little bit to like when me being an athlete. I kind of like to put it when I was like looking at the question. I put it within my like the practice life. So learning from it has taught me to like slow down, because me, I tend to like keep going and going and going. I want to keep going, but like my body is like, whoa, like
Yeah, slow down.
like bro, like you're moving too fast for me. So I really want to like slow down with that and pay more close attention to my body, more of my surroundings, so that I feel like I'm not aware about it at all, and they're very, very aware of like everything that's going on. And then how I really interact with the like the nature of like the world, because they're really big on like nature and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like sometimes I always get so blindsided about like what's in front of me and not what's around me. So like that's one of the main stuff. Yeah.
Are there everyday choices you plan to make differently after learning about indigenous religion?
Yes, this kind of touches back on like that kind of stuff that I was just talking about. Really just to be more aware and respect the world around me, because I feel like I'm always so focused on what's in front of me and not everything that's around me. Like I can be staring like one of my things my coaches used to say was see the trees through the forest. So you have to be able to see everything through everything around you, rather than just one single tree in front of you. Also, I'll like touch kind of touch on to like being more mindful in how I use like resources, food and water, because they're very, very like thankful for everything. And sometimes like I feel like, well, not so much me, like people tend to forget like how blessed and grateful we are for what we have now. So really just being more open and grateful with everything. So.